But beyond the partisan stalemate in Congress is another divide, this one inside the Republican Party. Some Republicans say they're ready to move forward. It's time to pass a clean CR funding measure. But others are determined to stand their ground on Obamacare. Republican Congressman Devin Nunez and Louie Gohmert are joining us now live. Gentlemen, thank you both for coming in.
Great to be with you.
All right, Congressman Nunez, I want to start with you. You've had some harsh words for leadership and wondering what the strategy is of leadership and moving forward, and have called some GOP lawmakers lemmings. Do you want to expand on that?
When we first started out on this strategy, I thought it was a big mistake to basically say that we were going to get rid of Obamacare. And there was a lot of money, a lot of ads that ran for 3 months. Look, I thought we had the moral high ground on the individual mandate because President Obama got rid of the, or put in the employer exemption for a year delay. I think we should have delayed and fought on that for 3 months. Instead, I think we're giving our base, and which I'm a conservative Republican just like Louie, but we're giving our base the false interpretation that somehow, by not funding the government, that we're going to get rid of Obamacare, and we just simply don't have the votes to do that.
Congressman Gohmert?
Well, I don't think that anybody is mistaken and thinks that we're going to completely get rid of Obamacare. I don't think so. But when the president himself gives all these waivers, hundreds and hundreds of waivers and exemptions to his cronies and now to big business, delays things for a year, the thing is, the second thing we sent down was nothing but a delay for a year. I mean, people aren't able to sign up. They're not getting insurance. They're going to get to January and don't have it. And we're trying to ease the massive overspending that's going on. And just as most of the time there's been a shutdown, most of them been caused by Democrats, as I understand it, and most of the time the Democrats have put obligations on, then we have got to come to terms with it. The American people need to understand, and they're not getting it at any other network, that the third thing we sent down was simply to delay for 1 year the individual mandate. Give everybody in America what big business got. And then after that, it was basically capitulation. All right, well, here's our negotiators, conferees. You guys appoint them. They are so invested in shutting things down. We didn't shut it down. We sent down people just to say, we're ready to negotiate, and they wouldn't even respond.
Congressman Nunez, though, do you worry about the impact on the party and the perception that it is Republicans shutting things down?
I mean, for sure the perception out there is it's Republicans, even though, as Louie said, we have sent over, small funding appropriations bills, large ones, and they won't take anything up. And I do think the president is running into a problem here as we get closer to the debt limit of not being willing to negotiate. And as foolish as I think that some of in our party have been on this strategy to shut down the government on the day that Obamacare opens, I was against that, as you know. But now we're getting up to the debt limit. The president is being more foolish. And this could be a situation where two fools meet and we're all going to get hurt.
How does this end?
Well, for one thing, I think it's tragic you have a United States president that says when a bill is voted by both houses and I sign and it bears my name and the Supreme Court doesn't overturn it, then it's the law and we're not changing it. I've never heard a president say that before, and that's exactly where the debt ceiling is. Both houses passed it, he signed it into law, it bears his name. So if he's going to be so recalcitrant, he's going to find the debt ceiling is exactly as he described it, and it's not going to move if he's not willing to help us deal with the debt. And by the way, this stuff about, well, the Supreme Court upheld Obamacare, they did not uphold what he told America it was, what the bill itself was, and that is a penalty for an individual mandate. They said it's not lawful as a penalty, but we'll re-legislate, call it a tax, and make that constitutional. There's rooms to discuss here to make America safer with better health care, lower spending, more freedom. And I've stood with Devin so many times. I'm so glad he's in Congress. And you're seeing us come together on these issues because we're standing for the right thing.
Well, you all do agree on plenty, although maybe not on tactics and strategy as much. I know you're both waiting now for the Senate to act on the bill that you passed previously. So thank you for making time to come in while you're waiting.
And Shannon, one other thing about the story you did before on Hagel saying, in our interpretation, we've all been telling him since before the shutdown, he had the authority to keep those people at work. All of this week, them being out of work was his fault. And, and now you have agreement with Secretary Hagel.
So we'll end on that note. Thank you both.